It's the chilling morning of September 7th, just outside the Polish town of Wizna. Captain Władysław Raginis, a figure of resolute calm, patrols the defensive emplacements under his command. His force is small to collections of bunkers and trenches, spanning 6 kilometers along the Narew River. Is the artillery ready? Yes, Captain. Ammunition. Reinforced and filled. Raginis offers a quick, solemn word to one of his men. Cheer up, Christoph. ... He'll come home and see her. The men turn their gazes toward the river, waiting for the inevitable. Suddenly, the earth explodes. The air is instantly choked with fire and shrapnel as a brutal German artillery and air bombardment slams into the Polish positions. Men scramble for the safety of the concrete bunkers. The dry brush of the trenches ignites. The phone rings with the dreaded message. They are here. The bombardment lasts 30 agonizing minutes before abruptly giving way to a disturbing silence. Then, a new sound cuts the quiet. The grinding thunder of engines. There's an entire tank division. Tell Raginis confirmed. Raginis's orders are immediate and decisive. Blow the bridge. Blow the bridge. The structure is vaporized. Rubble slamming into the river and stalling the German advance. Thrown into disarray, the Germans fire randomly at the unseen fortifications. The Poles, holding still, trust their lives to the heavy concrete. As the fire stops, a small group of German officers appears on foot. The Polish lookout doesn't hesitate. He unleashes a stream of machine gun fire, cutting through the men in seconds. Kurwa. Take that. Massive. Anti-tank rifles join the fray. Shells slam into the enemy armament, ricocheting, some punching through. The tank division, aware of the unseen danger, is thrown into disarray and retreats under heavy fire. Raginis, listening to the updates from his headquarters in Gorostrakowa, knows their initial success is fleeting. The overwhelming force against them makes their survival temporary. The sun rises to a foggy morning. The Poles can hear something afoot through the mist. Sir, the tanks are on the move. They are crossing the river. Panzers appear like specters through the fog, wading through the Narew, their cannons spitting fire. Behind them emerge boats packed with German infantry. Polish machine guns light up the riverbank, cutting down dozens. But the panzers continue to push, claiming casualties with high explosive shells. One tank is hit. Continue the offensive. Suddenly, Polish artillery unleashes a storm of shells, ripping through the German formation and sending the infantry scrambling. The battle turns into an artillery duel, but only one side has the benefit of fortified bunkers. The German position becomes untenable, forcing the battered attack force to retreat across the river. But it is hardly a victory. Sir, we are almost out of ammo. We are better off retreating to the main bunkers. Under cover of darkness, only 11 beaten survivors remain from the forward lines, escaping to the primary defensive positions. Meanwhile, Raginis prepares for his main fight. He contacts Captain Schmidt, commander of the 2nd bunker line in the nearby village of Kirpiki. We need a scout to inform us of the enemy advance. Can you do it? Schmidt and a small crew venture out into the devastation. They confirm what Raginis feared. A pontoon bridge is being constructed, and enemy tanks and men are gathering to use it. Schmidt quickly returns to his bunker. Shell the area and prepare for battle. The Poles double-check their weapons, determined to make the enemy pay dearly for every inch of land. Time drags on, marked only by the echoes of Polish artillery. Then, the enemy aircraft return. Bombs rain down in anger. When the bombing subsides, Raginis knows the main assault is coming. German infantry advances through the trees and grass. The Poles return fire, cutting down the soldiers. But the enemy has the numbers. They soon reach and secure one of the trenches, creating a deadly stalemate. Before we witness the impossible odds faced by Captain Raginis and his men, Please take a moment to hit the like button below. Your support helps us share these crucial, heroic stories of resistance. If you're moved by this incredible act of Polish bravery, please subscribe and leave a comment sharing your thoughts on their defense. Hours later, the terrible rumbling is heard in the distance. The source crests the terrain. 60 panzers from the 10th Panzer Division. Shells immediately slam into the Polish bunkers. The few anti-tank rifles cannot cope with the sheer number of armored vehicles. The first Polish bunker is pummeled relentlessly until, suddenly, a direct strike achieves a horrific silence. The German infantry breaks down the door and takes it over, but Captain Schmidt is not done. Affix bayonets. A war cry echoes, and men charge out of the destroyed bunker. Schmidt at the front. The Germans, losing cohesion, are caught off guard and wiped out by the furious Polish counterattack. Schmidt and his men race back to the safety of the bunker, almost entirely unscathed. However, the bombardment resumes. Schmidt's bunker is quickly surrounded. A panzer takes aim, firing a shell that destroys the machine gun and sends shrapnel across the room, hitting Schmidt and 3 others. Surrounded and out of firepower, Captain Schmidt has no choice but to surrender. Now, Raginis's bunker is the last one standing, hopelessly outnumbered and outgunned. The Germans surround the position, attempting to force entry, but the Poles repeatedly repel them with concentrated machine gun fire, holding the bunker doors as impassable choke points. The stalemate drags through the evening and night. Give up. Your situation is hopeless. The Germans demand. Inside, the Poles are on their last bullets. Raginis and his crew have done their duty, inflicting maximum damage. But now they face a terrible decision. Fight to the last breath, or save his men from senseless death. Raginis takes a deep breath and faces his men. Gentlemen, thank you for everything. You have served our nation with excellence. It's time to lay down our arms. He opens the door. A line of Germans stands outside but does not open fire. Raginis holds the door open as his men walk out, one by one, sharing a look of utmost respect. The Germans immediately throw them to the ground. The last man exits, leaving Raginis alone. He closes the door. Moments later, the men hear a grenade go off inside. Captain Władysław Raginis, having exacted a terrible price and saved his men from a futile slaughter, fulfilled his oath to hold the line to the end. Captain Raginis commanded just 720 Polish soldiers. They faced a German force of 42,000 men, 450 tanks, and over 160 artillery pieces. His defiance became known as the Polish Thermopylae. He was posthumously awarded the Gold and Silver Crosses of the War Order of Virtuti, Military, and the Grand Cross of the Order of Polonia Restitute. Thank you for witnessing the incredible courage of Captain Raginis and the Battle of Wizna. If you were moved by this ultimate act of sacrifice and defiance, please make sure to hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel for more powerful stories of World War II resistance, and let us know in the comments what other historical last stands should we cover.